Hello and welcome back to the Rock Record TLDR.
Today, I am touring the Soudan Mine, which is Minnesota's oldest and deepest iron ore mine. It was operated by the United States Steel Corporation until 1962, where it was sold to the state of Minnesota in order for it to be preserved and operated as a state park.
In the next few minutes, we'll uncover 2.5 billion years of Earth's history and over a century of mining heritage.
So these rocks that I'm sitting on here are basically extinct. Now I know what you're thinking, Jess. Rocks can't be extinct. But they can. Rocks like these will never be seen again. So I'm here today in northern Minnesota, sitting on the Soudan Iron Formation, which was formed about 2.5 billion years ago. So how does that make them extinct? Well, most rocks that we see are pretty much still being formed today in the same way that they were billions of years ago. However, these rocks here in this particular formation type, seen here in northern Minnesota and a couple other places in the world, will never be seen again because the environment that they were formed in no longer exists. What we have now is basically all we've got. This area of Minnesota was covered by a warm, shallow sea. Not what you're seeing today. However, this shallow sea was full of dissolved minerals. As the first teeny tiny photosynthetic bacteria evolved, they began emitting oxygen as a byproduct. This suddenly oxidized the abundant dissolved iron in the water, causing it to rapidly precipitate to the seafloor in alternating bands with silica. After a long period of deep burial and heating, these banded sediments compressed into these unimaginatively named banded iron formations, or BIFs. These distinctive banding patterns of red jasper and metallic gray hematite reveal cycles in the ancient ocean's chemistry. These may look like just rocks. However, they provide vital clues to help geologists unravel the oxygenation of the Earth's atmosphere, which paved the way for more complex life forms, like humans, to eventually evolve.
In the 1880s, prospectors discovered high-grade iron ore here. In the early 1900s, a mining boom began, providing the necessary iron to build America's greatest cities. In the 1950s, the high-grade ore depleted, and mining companies here switched to taconite processing. In 1962, the Soudan Mine closed. It was then sold to the state of Minnesota to continue its life as a state park.
Alright, so behind me here is the Soudan Mine head frame. This 90-foot steel tower stands over the number 8 shaft. This was the only shaft that was used for ore production in the final years of the Soudan Mine. And I think this is what we're going to go down today, so I'm pretty excited.
Today's mine tour takes you 2,341 feet underground, through a small part of over 50 miles of tunnels, to a constant 51-degree environment, which was pretty great on this cold day, and past remnants of mining history. From the 1980s to 2016, the Soudan Mine hosted a physics lab studying cosmic rays and neutrinos. In the underground lab is a massive mural celebrating science and mining history. This mine didn't just produce iron, it forged communities. Immigrant workers built a diverse culture here, and mining towns grew into thriving cities. The Iron Range identity is still strong in the area today. Ready to dig in for yourself? Here's some tips for experiencing the Soudan Mine. Definitely take the underground tour. It's even ADA accessible, which is pretty amazing. There are over 5 miles of hiking trails within the state park as well. There are special private tours offered by the Soudan Mine in winter by request, so if you're looking for a warm 51-degree escape, highly recommend it then. I hope this quick dive into the Soudan Mine's geology and history has inspired you. For a deeper exploration of Minnesota's iron mining heritage, check out our full video on the Soudan Mine. The link is in the description. If you enjoyed this geological speedrun, hit that like button and subscribe for more Rock Record TLDR adventures made for those who don't have time to read the full stories written in the stone. Which mine tour should we explore next? Let us know in the comments.